Hello everyone, Jason Gomes, just making a video this morning for Thanksgiving. I just wanted to say I am so thankful for having the opportunity to be a part of a world that is in such great pain and suffering, so that I might be in a position to help. And that's what I'm really excited about. Beginning next year, I'll start teaching, so I'll let you know how that goes. Be posting videos. And the idea is that I am not necessarily the smartest person that you've ever met, but I have a phenomenal imagination. And so in my own imagination, I've created an understanding of the universe that's unparalleled to any explanation that's ever been given to me. And I just want to be able to explain how, in my mind, there is actually universal harmony. Because when I close my eyes, I can imagine a world that understands vibrational entanglement at the cellular level and the genetic level. So essentially, all disease is gone. I can imagine that right now. I can imagine the technology and how it works and why it works, because it can be built. And inside my imagination, it already exists. And inside my imagination, I fully understand the power of cymatics and the formations that are caused by sound on every dimension. I understand the relevance of music and how every word is like a spell. It is forming the environment around you. And in my own mind, people are harmonious and they use their words to positively reinforce each other, their hearts, their creativity, their will, their compassion. In my mind, I can imagine what these energies look like, resonating in harmony, not just in myself, but in all people. I could introduce you to a version of you that's inside my reflection of the universe that you'd probably want to meet. And that's really what I'm excited to teach. It's not how the universe works, it's how the universe works through you and me. And how all of this is really just like a dreamscape of vibrations that are entangled and nested, and they sort of fit together and leverage one another. And as more and more people become more intimately aware of how the dream works, they become lucid dreamers. Because if you understand how reality forms and manifests itself, you can form and manifest reality in any way that you desire. And that's what I want to teach people, is that yes, there is a creative force inside of you that turns your food and your water into you. And there's a creative force outside of you that is exactly the same. And as we come together and harmonize and create a dream on purpose, a conscious dream is a fantasy. An unconscious dream is a nightmare. See, I already have the dream in my head, and when I look around, all I can see is the nightmare, because people aren't aware of the dream that they can create for themselves. They're not aware of how awesome they are already in my head. Who would you be if you had the knowledge of God? Who would you be if you never had to worry about disease or genetic death? Who would you be if you understood the power of your words and your heart? If you fully realized your creativity through your will? Who would you be? What could you teach with your compassion? What great thing could you do? What great task and responsibility could you accept? That's what I want to see. I want to see what people do when they can do anything. And if they want to destroy me in this dream, they can't destroy me, the dreamer. All that they will do is wake me up into the heaven that I have already created for myself. Because if you know what you can do to help, and you die doing absolutely everything in your power, what is there to be ashamed of? What is there to be afraid of? What is there to be punishment for? I know where I'm going. And I'll either get there when someone kills me, or I'll get there because I sympathetically resonate with so many people and quantumly entangle with so many hearts and minds that this reality transforms itself into the much higher, far more integrity-filled harmony that's in my mind. So it's really a win-win. Either I win because I no longer have to look at the hellish suffering around me and the godless ignorance, or I win because everyone sees the universe and the imagination and the universal harmony that makes it all possible, and you become like what I have already seen you as: harmonious, loving, kind, compassionate, Christ-like consciousness. That's what's waiting. That's what I'm ready to teach and ready to inspire, to stand and be a resonance, a tuning fork for all of these energies at the highest amplitude that I can. To get you to the highest frequency, right there at the center, the vortex of creation, where you are so brilliant and your understanding of the dream so intimate that you, in your own heart, define how you will respond. And how you respond will define how the dream responds to you. And when people can let the fight die in them, they will no longer die fighting. That's what I want to see. I want to see a world in harmony, free of disease, and using all of the knowledge of God to provide everything that we need in order to have a very pleasant, even fantastic dream, consciously created, because we are both creator and creation. And when we fully realize these things about ourselves, as we fully realize the creative potential that's continuously manifesting us from the inside out, and that same creative potential that is manifesting our environment, that's when we will no longer be spiritual children. We will be spiritual adults that are response-able, that are able to respond to any dream circumstances instead of being like the children stuck in a Freddy Krueger nightmare. So, thank you very much for listening. And I am so thankful for the opportunity to empower you from the inside out with this energy and to show you these different kinds of intelligences, these different ways of seeing the universe, different ways of feeling the universe and experiencing it. I'm so excited, I'm so grateful, and I'm so happy. Thank you. And have a happy holiday.